Let's build an authenticated to-do list in Laravel, Livewire, and Livewire Volt using Breeze from the get-go. So what we're going to do is start with nothing and create a new Laravel project and then see how fast we can actually make authenticated to-do lists for each individual user. And we'll learn some things along the way, but hopefully this gives you an idea of how Laravel uses things, how you get out of the box with Laravel, and then what you might expect from Laravel compared to like a JavaScript framework that you're used to using. So let's go. Let's start with Laravel new to-do list. We'll just go for that. We're going to use Laravel Breeze. We're going to use the Livewire Volt class API. You can use the functional API if you want, but I'm a little bit quicker in the class API. We'll do no dark support pest. We'll initialize a GitHub repo or Git repository, and we'll go. And what we're going to do is we're going to start off by creating a new to-do model. We're going to use SQLite, and we're going to say, okay, within this model, I actually want to save these to-dos to the database, but they have to be associated with the user. So what does that look like? And we'll see what Laravel Breeze provides out of the box, but then we'll also see what are the steps you need to take to start making something within Laravel, and what does that look like compared to like a traditional JavaScript framework, for example. So let's go ahead and go into our to-do list. We'll go ahead and PHP artisan migrate, which migrates all of the database things that you're looking for, has already been run, that Laravel Breeze provides out of the box. That's things like users and a few other things that we're not touching. But what we're going to do is create a model. What that means is we're going to give our project, our folder, something to associate with it to do. And that's a model. And then we're going to do -m, which is basically saying create a migration for that as well. So if I was to go ahead and open our code, what we're going to look at is the to-do migration, which is the create to-dos table. Laravel provides these migrations out of the box, and any new migration we create just gives you this to start with. And what we can do is add new table columns here. So we're going to go table string, and we'll actually go ahead and call this name. Now we want to associate this with a user. So what we're going to do is table foreign ID, which basically just says, hey, I want to associate with this another model. We're going to say that's the user ID, which automatically associates it with the user model. And we're going to have a cascade on delete and constrain, which basically just says anytime the user is deleted, we're going to also delete that user's to-dos. Okay, before we get moving forward in the to-do model, what we have to say is, okay, this to-do model in our database can actually be filled. We can actually create to-dos. One of the ways you can do that is with protected fillable. I like to do protected guarded, which basically says you can fill anything in this to-do model except for the ID. We don't want people changing IDs. Now in our user model, what we're going to say is the user needs to have some to-dos associated with them. So we can say public function to-dos, and GitHub Copilot's helping me out. And this just says that, okay, when I call users to-dos, I expect that there's going to be many of them. A user can have many to-dos. We're going to do the inverse on the to-do model. So public function user, and we're going to say that this belongs to a user. So that we can have the user's to-dos, and we can say that, hey, give me a to-do that belongs to this particular user. We probably won't use this public function, but we're just going to add it anyways. Now let's go ahead and actually start creating the application. So if I was to go back into my terminal, we can actually say herd open, and that's going to open a new browser window where the application is running. Let me go ahead and pull that up here so we can see it all. Okay, now let's go ahead and create a new user. We're just going to say Josh Siri, josh@test.com, testing password, and we should be good to go. We're all logged in. We have authentication out of the box, and now we have something to associate to-dos with. If I was to go into my terminal, I also want to run npm run dev, which is saying anytime we're changing styles, because we have Tailwind, I want it to live reload. Let's go into our code. Now, we also want to add a Volt component. This is basically saying I want to build my to-do list and not have to worry about having multiple components where some is having the actual server code and some's having the kind of the view or the blade file. Would be similar to like a React server component. So I'm just going to say PHP artisan make Volt. This is a CLI to kind of just generate all of these files for us. I'm going to say to do manager, and I'm going to pass in a -- class parameter. Now, when that is created, we have this to do manager blade file. What this means is anything we write down here is markup, and anything we write up here is server code that we can kind of talk to each other without having to do anything else. So if I was to pass this into our dashboard view, this is what we are seeing here. You're logged in. You're logged in. So if I was to say Livewire and then to do manager, now that Livewire component is here instead. So if I was to go back to our code, we go to do manager. If I was to say, hi there, then we have it all ready to go. Okay, let's start. So first thing that I like to do is use this public function with command. What this means is that any time this function is loaded, this component is loaded, we actually pass in information to this component. In this case, we want all the to-dos. So anytime we load this page, anytime we load this component, we want the users to do. So what we're going to do is this returns an array. What we're going to want is return, let's just say, we want to return to-dos. And GitHub Copilot is saying to-dos all. That's incorrect because we actually just want the to-dos for that user. So we can say auth user, and this is a helper function that Laravel gives, to-dos, and we can just get those to-dos. What this is doing is basically saying, okay, the logged in user, Laravel gives you this out of the box because you're kind of piecing this all together. I want their to-dos. That's the function that we created in the user model. And just get them for me. Basically, give me all the to-dos. So now we can do something like this. For each, and then we can do to-dos as to-do. And we can kind of just list those to-dos out here. So we can say to-do, let's actually do a div. So we can have, we'll just call this another div of to-do name, which is what we called that. And we need double brackets here. Anything in Laravel Blade is double brackets. Call that div, and then we'll do a button here where this button is going to be deleting the to-do. So wire click equals delete to-do ID. We'll just say what Copilot does here. And then in this div, we need to pass in the wire key, which is basically saying kind of similar to like a React key. Anytime we loop over something, we need a key so we know which one is kind of associated with which one. Let's go ahead and take a look in the browser. Unexpected. We have a syntax error. I need a semicolon there. Let's take a look. I know what we're doing. We don't need this semicolon there though. There we go. Okay, no such table to-dos. That is because we haven't actually migrated that new file that we did. So let's go ahead and in our terminal, we'll open up another one. We'll just say PHP artisan migrate. Perfect. We have created our to-do table. So let's go ahead and take a look now. We have nothing because we don't have any to-dos associated with this user. So why don't we go ahead and create a way to do to-dos? And Laravel Breeze gives us components out of the box so that we don't have to kind of create these kind of like inputs or anything like that. So we have the ability to do in here, we can look at components, and we have things like text input and primary button. So why don't we do that? We can do x-text-input. And we're going to model this with the, let's just say that this is the to-do name. And we'll go ahead and close that off. I'm going to create a form actually to do this. So form wire submit. This is just saying anytime the form is submitted using the button like a submit button or just pressing enter, we're going to say create to do. We'll create this function in a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and add a x-primary-button. and we'll say create. That's fine. We want this to be type of submit. Perfect. And now if I was to, let's go ahead and actually add our to-dos, because we're going to create a new to-do. What we can do here is kind of link it to a specific model. So we can say use app/model/to-do. This is saying I'm linking it to the model that I've created in my Laravel application. And now I want to also create a string. And this is kind of setting the state, saying that I want a string of to-do name. We can set it to blank for now. Okay, let's take a look in the browser. Everything looks good. We're not going to see anything because we do not have a create to do. So if I was to do this, we probably would get an error. Yeah, create to do does not exist on component. So what we can do is create that function, public function create to do. Now what we can do here is validate the to do string. So we can say to do name is required, and we can actually say that this also has a minimum of 3 strings. So if I was to do this now, if I was to just have 1, nothing's going to happen because we don't actually see that error. So how can we see that error? Well, because we have this component out of the box, there's a couple other ways to do it, but we'll just do the component. And what we can do is x dash, I think it's called input dash error. And we can pass in this message equals errors get to do name, and we'll see what that does. Let's see. It does not do it. So let's go ahead and see what, there we go. There we go. Let's see what that does. Undefined variable messages. Okay, undefined variable messages. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at where the input error is used elsewhere. And see, okay, messages equals errors get. Okay, so that is the issue. So we'll go back into our to-do manager. Oops. To-do manager. Close this out. Messages equals errors get to do name, and we'll just give this an M2 of 2. Okay, let's take a look. Bam. Okay. There we go. To do name field must be at least 3 characters. That's just a little helper function that Laravel gives out of the box to say, okay, anytime we pass in that validation errors, so if I was to create more, we're creating it. We're not actually doing anything with that function yet because we just validated it. So now that we've validated that, we can use the to-do name. So we're going to go auth user to-dos because we created that helper function. We're going to create, and we're just going to say the name of the to-do is this to-do name that's already been validated here. We should be good to go out of the box. Let's take a look. So if I was to come back here and say first to-do, I'm going to press enter. And automatically we have that to do show up because we have that for each that's kind of been scaffolded it out. So if I was to create a second one. Okay, this isn't clearing. So let's go ahead and fix that. Livewire actually has a new method out of the box. That instead of passing in the to do name, we can actually say this poll to do name. And now what this is going to do is it's going to grab the name, push it into name, and then just erase it. So basically, if we were to go back and we were to say third one, okay, we're clearing it. Perfect. Let's go ahead and maybe we'll just tidy this up a little bit and we'll say class is flex. Okay, and maybe we'll just say items center just for fun, and we'll go like space X 4. There we go. And we'll do some space Y too. Space Y 4 2. There we go. Okay. Not as great as it could be, but it's something. We have to-dos. Now let's go ahead and add one more thing because we can delete them. Well, we can't because I actually don't have a method created yet, but let's go ahead and add that. So we have our create to do, and now we'll go ahead and add a public function of delete. And I think we called it delete, but why don't we do delete to do? We'll pass an integer of ID, and then we're just saying auth user to do's where the ID that we're passing in is ID. Let's go ahead and delete it. So if I was to go ahead and update this, where this button, I can say delete to do, and we're passing the to do ID here. Okay, this is great. This should work. Delete, delete, delete. There we go. First one still works perfectly. But there's a problem with this. There's a security issue because anyone can technically now delete that to-do because they can just pass in that ID in the front end and then just go ahead and delete it. So what can we do? Well, Laravel provides policies, which is kind of out of the box, like authorization, saying, okay, is this person able to actually delete this to-do? And what we can do is go ahead and do PHP artisan make policy, and we'll do to-do policy and pass in the model of to-do. There we go. So on the to-do policy, let's see what we can do. Well, we have the to-do and the user model already given to us with a bunch of these functions. We really only care about the delete one right now. So what we're going to say is return the user ID that is equal to the to-do user ID. So this is just saying, I only want this person to be able to delete this to-do if their ID is equal to if they own that to-do. So let's go ahead and go back into our to-do manager. Now, the only thing we have to do, because Laravel gives us this out of the box, is just say, in delete to-do, I want to authorize this first. So I want to authorize, and I want to authorize delete, and then I want to authorize the to-do. And in this case, we can do like this. We can do to-do equals auth user to-dos find. Then we can pass in this to-do here. There we go. And then we can go ahead and delete that to-do. So this is just saying, okay, I'm grabbing the to-do based off the ID that's being passed in. I'm saying, is this person actually authorized to delete this to-do? And then if they are, we can go ahead and delete it. So let's see if anything changes in our code. It should not. So if I was to say second one, delete. Okay, we can still delete it. And let's do fifth one. Perfect. And now just to make sure that we're passing in, because when we pass this with, we're only grabbing the users to do's. Let's go ahead and create a new account, see what this looks like. Log out. Let's go ahead and register. We'll just say that this is Ben Smith, ben@test.com. Perfect. And Ben doesn't have our to-dos. So Ben has his own to-dos. Perfect. I need to delete them as well. And there you have it. We have a to-do list that's been created within, 15, 17 minutes with authorization. So, and it's specifically segmented to the authorized user, specifically segmented to the person who's actually authenticated, and user accounts are kind of given to you out of the box. So hopefully this gives you a good head start on what it's like to build with Laravel, what it's like to build with Livewire, and what the next best step is for you as you learn. Of all the things that Laravel has out of the box, you can start implementing emails and queues and jobs without having to leave the framework. So we'll see you next time.